So welcome to Boxing Media Hub, proudly in partnership with Falcon Contracting and Jam's Boxing Chat. And with me, I've got Håkan, as always. And Håkan, do you want to introduce our special guest?
Yeah, welcome our special guest, Pezhman Seifkhani, to the interview here at Boxing Media Hub.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Honestly, it's a pleasure to have you here. And at the moment, as we all know, the heavyweight division is very much a talking point, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's especially for the UKs. Many good heavyweights in the UKs now taking over the heavyweight division.
Yeah. Well, it's moving across. It's moving across.
Yeah,
I think it will certainly open doors, won't it, for a lot of people?
Yes, they will.
Definitely. Well, obviously you had your debut May 2015. Seems a long time ago now.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I had like 5 years break between the pro debut. Actually, I quit boxing and things happened in life, and I quit
Yeah.
boxing. And Cameron, my coach, called me and said, "Do you want to start box again?" And I wasn't. My mom passed away, and we didn't have the economic, so we need to get money. So boxing didn't pay the bills, So I started working like how you say, night bouncer and other things. So when Cameron called me and told me to go pro, then I get like interested, and I told him, yeah, well, why not? I can try. Why not? But
and there's definitely more money on the table, isn't there, when you start going down the line?
Of course, because you get sponsorships, you get fights when you can earn money. In amateur boxing was not like it's today. When if you we had this what's the name, WBSB.
Yeah.
It's semi-pro, yeah.
Sort of sat
Like,
in between, wasn't it? Yeah.
it's like 5 rounds, little bigger gloves and this. We had that, but when I quit boxing, I think that's when VSB started. So for me, amateur was like I was not thinking go back to amateur. So instead, you get pro.
I'm sure though that when you became, say, like a doorman at night, no one ever misbehaved, did they? Let's be honest. You're a big man.
That times no, but this times is different because I still work as a night bouncer, Friday Saturdays. I train like Monday to Friday, and Friday night and Saturday night I work as a night bouncer. This times in Sweden is a little bit different. This time is not
Right.
different. Sweden is no joke anymore.
Yeah. It's changed. It's changed, like
Changed a
everything.
lot. Changed
Like
a lot.
everything.
Changed a lot. Now it's not the big guys. Now it's the small guys. The problem.
Oh, that's
That's the problem in Sweden.
Yeah.
As I say, I certainly wouldn't argue with you, and I'm a lot shorter than you are. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, let's get into it. Debut, which you won by TKO round 1, and then a 14 win streak. Fantastic achievement of points and knockouts along the way. And then obviously you had your first loss, which was obviously a difficult one, but you avenged it, which is always a real sort of shows your character, doesn't it?
Yeah. My starting of career was very good. I had a little bit problems with my left biceps all the time. I felt something was wrong, but we kept it and we kept going. And you know, when you start with pro boxing, you don't fight good opponents. Of course, it's heavyweight is always dangerous, but you feel like, next fight I'm gonna knock him out. Next fight I'm gonna knock him out. You think like that.
Yeah.
So how can I put this? Sometimes I didn't take training so seriously. If I'm gonna be 100% honest, Um because I always believed I'm too fast for the heavyweights, and this journeyman was not gonna have a chance to do
Yeah,
anything in the
yeah,
fight because
And
my boxing.
it also issue in Sweden to get payment to the opponents. You can't get that good opponents for the cards in Sweden.
No, and I remember like I think it was 8 or 9 fight. I told my coach Cameron that I want a better opponent, you know. So
yeah,
there was one guy, I don't remember his name. He was from United States. He was, I think he was like 11-0, something like that. But when I see him fight, he was like made for me. I
yeah,
was
yeah.
sure I'm gonna knock him out very easy. But I remember that guy wanted. I think my coach offered him like 5,000 euros, something like that, and his coach laughed and said, "We don't cross the Atlantic Ocean for minimum $20,000, something like that." And he was ranked. He was ranked. He was like ranked 150 in the world at that
Yeah,
time. At that moment, I was like 250 or something like that, and was a huge step for me in the rankings. I thought. But Cameron told me, listen, we don't have these kind of sponsors. We don't have this uh, promoter that can back up with the money, so we can have this opponent. So our budget is low. You understand?
yeah, yeah,
And you guys know how boxing works. The big promoters, I had like, I can tell you honestly, I have like 10 or 15 deals from big promoters that give me big fights, good money, but 10 days notice.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
for
it's always very late notice when they try to get opponents for their fighters from abroad.
but nobody wants to pay someone to beat his fighter, you know.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
exactly.
Well, this is it, isn't it? It's almost like, yeah, we'll pay you more money, but you've got to fight in 3 days. Do you know what I mean? You're like,
You
hang
understand?
on, no, that's not fair.
Yeah,
Look, we are professionals. We are heavyweights.
Yeah,
So that means when you're heavyweight, you can't spar hard all the time. You understand?
yeah,
Of course, I spar. I spar like 2, 3 times a week, and we don't. I don't have so many sparring partners because in Sweden we don't have so many heavyweights. We have some Thai heavyweights or kickboxers, but that's you don't get that sparring that you need for a professional boxing fight. You understand? And so you can't spar hard all the time because you can't be on your top all the time. So
yeah,
if they offer me a fight like 10 days, 10, 12 rounds, how am I going to get ready?
yeah.
So
It's
it
almost
means,
like with heavyweights though. They almost feel like they can get away with it a little bit more because you haven't got to strip down in weight. You can literally fight. So it's almost
and
like
yeah,
they
you
feel
can you
you're
can you
ready.
can finish you and you
yeah,
can finish the fight with a big right hand or
Yeah,
something. But
yeah,
but you can't always in heavyweight. You can't always stay in your peak. You understand? You
yeah.
can't because when I have a training camp, I go like 2.5 months. And I start with the strength conditioning first, bag work, then sparring in the uh, last weeks, just
Hmm.
sparring. And what was I saying? The thing is, they offer you like 10, 12 rounds, 2 weeks, 10 days. Okay, I don't want to do it for the money because then when I look at myself, I'm going to feel like, wow, I got knocked out because I wasn't in shape because of this
Yeah,
money. Of course, if it's $1 million, I go now, right away.
yeah.
I
Well,
can feed my
it'd
I
be
can
silly
feed my
not to, wouldn't it?
family. I
Yeah,
can feed
yeah.
my family. I can secure the how you say the
The
future for my
future.
family.
Yeah,
But for like 30, 40,000 euro, no, that's I'm not that cheap, so you can just buy me for 10 days notice. It's not working like that for me. But this is how boxing goes. This is boxing. And
Yeah.
now I learned how boxing goes. One
Yeah.
guy offered me. It was a big Russian. I don't remember his name. He has all his fight. He won all his fights in knockout. He got draw. He lost one fight, but he got draw because it was in his hometown against a fighter that I beat with one hand.
Right.
Uh, Minsk Ante Veronica. It was the Croatian guy.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So they offered me. I remember they offered me $100,000. It was 10 days notice in Russia. So I told my coach. I said I can beat this guy because when he fight a shoulder fighter who moves a lot, he's confused. But we didn't get the visa to go
Ah,
to
yeah. See,
Russia.
this is the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one I lost. I said, damn, that 100,000 would be good.
That would have been a
Yeah.
nice one.
That's a lot of issues with visa also when you get fights on short notice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because you've got to have the
true,
time frame, haven't you,
true.
to be able to
Yeah.
do it.
It's true.
But yeah,
But you know
it's
the training, like you said, I have 15, 16 win streak. Then the last come. You know when you don't get big fights, when you don't get the opportunities to be in the big shows, big scenes, sometimes you lose the motivation and you
yeah,
think, this is a bum, I gotta fight a bum. You know, my sparring partner Marius is a good heavyweight, knocked this guy who I lost, this Tamim. He
Yeah.
knocked him out in the first round, and I look at him. I said, "This guy can fight." And I joke with Morris in the sparring. Sometimes I didn't come to the training, and Morris told me, "Brother, why don't you come?" He said, "I understand. You think this is an easy fight." Yes. And then we laughed at it, you know.
yeah.
So this was
You need
happened when you
something
don't.
to get up for, don't you? You need something to get you motivated.
So when you don't get the big fights because we don't have the budget to the big fights, so you're starting to relax a lot more.
Mm.
If I'm a little bit more tired than yesterday, I can tell my coach, listen, today we don't do this, we can do another thing maybe. You understand? You get too comfortable. And that's
Yeah,
what happens in the fight. You go inside, maybe it's not your day. So maybe your plan doesn't stick and isn't going your way. And that happened that fight. Uh, so after the fight, both my coaches, Cameron and Tonton, called me and they told me, listen, let's take another fight between before we go to him again. And I told them no, because it's not usually that fighters who lose go, especially on a TKO or something, they don't fight the fight they lost again because it's mentally, you understand?
yeah.
It's much mental. They say you're gonna. But I was like straight away, I said, listen, give me 3 months. And this 3 months, I worked so hard because I told myself, I was honest to myself, if I can't beat this guy, I have nothing in boxing to do.
So,
Honest, I'm
so
always
was it
honest to
easy?
myself.
Was it easy to make though the rematch?
Yeah,
Was it
because we
easy
had
on
we
both
had
sides?
in the contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
in the contract, I believe, for a rematch,
Yeah.
and you eventually lost a
Yeah.
good tactical win in the rematch.
Yeah. So in the rematch, you know, some fighters you can't just brawl. Some fighters you can't just go forward. Some fight, and I'm from the beginning. I'm a technical fighter. How do you say? I like to counter much.
Yeah.
I'm more
Counterpunch.
Yeah,
defense
Yeah.
a
fighter.
counterpuncher.
Counterpunch. I'm more defense fighter, and I started to for this camp. I started to, how you say, work on my real craft, on my real boxing, what I'm good at. Because, like I said, I have many troubles with my biceps, with my elbows. As you can see, I did two surgery on this elbow and
Yeah.
one surgery on this elbow. So my style had to change. I was forced to be closer to our opponent because I couldn't straight up my
Straight your
arms.
arms. Yeah.
So I needed to be closer so I could hit like this and not fully extend. So my style changed a little bit. So, but this camp we trained very, very hard, and we brought good sparring partners, and I was like this is the last chance. If I don't if I don't beat this guy, I have nothing to do with boxing. And you have to be honest. If you can't beat a guy like him, you don't have a chance.
It's levels, isn't it? It's
His
levels.
levels and styles makes fight too. His style
Yeah.
didn't fit me. It was what happened.
Well, there you go. Don't know what's happened there. Someone's giving you some fireworks.
Oh no, so
Take the,
so the style didn't match me, but as a professional boxer who have done it so long as I done it, like I started boxing when I was 14 years. You have to adapt. You have to find a way to win the fight. If
yeah,
you can't fight forwards, you have to fight backwards. If you can't brawl with him, you have to put that technique in. You understand? So I found a way, and I beat him very easy.
yeah, yeah.
For me, it was
Yeah.
a
Well, and
very easy fight.
I think
But
it shows a
yeah,
lot about you to go straight back into a rematch though and win, because not everyone can do that.
no,
So
you
it
have
just
to be
shows the
honest to
sort of
yourself
person
too. Yeah,
shows the sort of person you are, and to get the Swedish heavyweight title as well
yeah,
must have
yeah.
been a great moment.
Yeah, is that I won it 3 times in amateur and now 1 time as pro, so 4 times now.
Yes. So I've been there and done that.
Yeah, we done. Now we need bigger. We need bigger, bigger titles now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it must be great for you that Marius has stepped up in the last 2-3 years
Yeah,
at the gym, and you can spar with Marius.
yeah. But the thing is, me and Marius, we know each other too good now.
yeah,
We
Yeah,
yeah,
I
sparred
can
million
understand.
rounds. We sparred
Yeah,
million rounds. I know exactly what he gonna do, and he know exactly what I'm gonna do. So, but the thing with Marius is that when I really need uh, good rounds, he put pressure.
yeah.
He's
Because he
good at
knows.
put.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's good at putting pressure. So and he hits like a horse. He hits very.
yeah,
People don't think it maybe, but he has heavy hands. Even when he just jab you, you feel his hands. You know his hands is big. He has these Rocky Marciano hands. You know, just when
yeah, yeah.
every time he lands, you feel like boom, you do that shit. So that's good. It make you come to conditioning good.
No, as I say, it's exciting times ahead, especially
Yes.
as we say in the heavyweights. And
Yes.
there's a lot of opportunities opening up from all different areas now. You obviously Saudi Arabia, the
Yeah.
States, the UK. You know, there's more happening across Europe now, which is good. What's next for you?
I'm gonna be honest. It was like beginning of the September, I get one offer from the for the European title,
Okay.
yeah. The EBU Silver title.
not silver, the regular first.
Oh, the regular fast. Okay.
First was the regular. It was a guy from Ukraine. He's the champion, and his manager stayed in touch with Kamran and told us we want to fight Pezhman and these things. And it was very good. Everything was good. The money was perfect. The amount, the time for the fight was perfect. It was the 22 November.
Yeah.
And we was in September, beginning of the September. So I told Cameron, this is perfect for me. And this
Yeah.
guy, he's a big heavyweight, strong. But I think because I'm a short heavyweight, I think it can cause problems. And I'm gonna tell you, he was not so fast. He was like he's more technician,
Hmm.
some Soviet boxing. You understand? And the time everything was good. So they asked if we was interested. I said to Cameron, "This is the level we need. We need to go here." So we accept the fight. So they said, "Okay, everything was good," and then they write to Cameron again and told them like the EBU organization wants them to pick someone in the top 20 in the rankings. At that time, the rankings was from 1 to 35. I was like 30, I think. I don't remember. So I don't understand why if you put the Europeans best ranking is like 1 to 35, why he have to choose from 1 to 20?
Yeah. That
So that
sounds.
that was like for me, come on, this is we get the opportunity now, come on, let's go, you know. And they say, if you still want the fight, we're gonna push for the organization so we can make this fight happen.
Surely that would have been, and this is no offense to you, but surely that would have been an easier fight for him in his eyes, thinking, well, if I've got to go between 1 and 20 now, when I had the option of 1 to 35, but now I've got to pick someone in the top 20, surely he would have loved to have fought you.
And I thought the organization was forced to give me the fight, because if you see the rankings, Anthony Joshua, is Dubois, is everything. Why are they gonna take this fight for EBU title? And it's not that money they earn. You understand? They earn much more money.
Yeah.
So I thought I was given the chance, even if they push the organization will say, let's give him a shot. But meanwhile, when we was negotiating, they write to me, the EBU organization, silver title, right? They wanted me to fight for silver title as well. And we had a plan. So we take this mail and we send it to their manager. We said, listen, we have a challenge from the silver title as well. So if you don't want to give us this opportunity, we're going to take the silver belt.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing happened. They didn't answer. They didn't nothing. So it means that we didn't get the green light for the fight.
Yeah.
So this silver title, I was supposed to face Italian guy. No problem. He was like, I think 10-11-0 and like 2 knockouts, and was slow and not good at all. I think this fight is going to be easy fight. I don't care about the money, nothing. I just take this belt and I can go to the full belt. You understand? The full.
You can say, well, I can't be avoided now.
Will put you up in the rankings
for
the full belt.
Yeah, so I get in the rankings number 4. So I will be ranked as 4 in the European. So I said, okay, no problem. So one day I go to work as a night bouncer, and I come home and I check Boxrec, like which fights happen. I see this Italian guy just fought and lose.
Yeah, he lost an Italian belt.
And I thought for myself, why? If you are going to go for the EBU Silver title, why are you going to take a Italian?
Yeah.
You understand me? Why are you going to go for the national belt when you can go for the European silver belt?
Strange, isn't it?
That was the dumbest thing I've seen in my life. And the guy lost. And EBU organization sent us an email, said he's out from the competition because he lost. We're gonna find a new opponent for you now.
And the new opponent is the winner of that.
The new opponent is the winner. But just to understand, I have so many. How you say?
Seems to be hurdle after hurdle, doesn't it? You've got
everything was going to get right, and then always something in the end happens. I was like, shit, what am I gonna do now?
Yeah.
So now they give me this new opponent. So now is the purse bid. You understand?
Yeah, it's perfect in a few weeks. I checked the EBU
site. It's 7th November, the last negotiation for the purse bid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. So,
but I don't know. But hope that the Italians can come with a decent offer to you.
Yeah, but really, I don't care of the money for this fight, because if I win this fight, you're gonna get me in a good position.
Yeah.
So for me,
it's title over money, isn't it? In this one.
Yeah, because this fight's gonna, if I win this fight, it's gonna make me a better money for the next fight.
Yeah. And then
maybe we can push, and maybe we can push for the last opponent, the Ukrainian guy. We can ask for more money, maybe.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way to do it, isn't it?
He's fighting in. I've seen the date for that fight in Germany. The Ukrainian, the EBU. Yeah, he's fighting in. It's not announced, but I've seen that will be in Heidelberg in Germany in late November.
22, yeah, it was the date I get.
Yeah,
it was the date I get. Okay, I understand. So the thing is, for me now, I want this fight to happen in Sweden, because will be a cool thing to
Yeah,
have a 10 rounds in Sweden for the EBU Silver title. And I'm a little bit afraid because if this fight happened in Italia, maybe they have the judge. Maybe I don't. You know boxing.
yeah, yeah.
You
We
know
we
boxing is not
we
is
we,
not
we know how
easy.
it works. We know how it
Yeah,
works.
we know how it works, but
Yes,
with the EBU title, it should be
I
neutral
know,
judges.
I know, but sometimes it's not like we think. So
Yeah,
Well, we'll
exactly.
put it this way: if it's in Sweden, you know who's coming. It's, he'll
of
be
course,
there.
of course,
He'll be there
of
for us.
course, of
No
course.
Yes.
trouble at
He's a
all.
true boxing fan. He's always show up. He's
Uh,
not the only
Paul-
Sweden. He's everywhere. He's everywhere in the world.
yeah, incredible.
Thank
He is
you.
incredible.
He's good. He's good. He's good. He's good for
Jammer said,
boxing.
would you ever like to share the ring with fellow Swede Otto Wallin somewhere down the line?
The thing is, the thing is with Otto Wallin is that he's in a position that he getting good money. So to fight me, he get nothing. You understand? He's
It's
the
yeah, yeah.
he's like
Where he's got himself
if I'm
to.
fighting championship, he's the Premier League. You understand? He's in the big league now. But maybe if he loses some fights, and they want the promoters always want their money back, so they're
Yeah,
gonna give him some hard fights, and he lose. And maybe if he come back to Sweden, of course we can make a fight. But now I don't think he's even thinking about me, or I'm in his radar. You understand?
but
But
who do you think's on his radar then? I'm intrigued
for
because
me,
with Otto, because Otto's he was in a very good position, wasn't he? After the Fury fight, very good position. He really sort of put himself on the map, and then
yeah.
obviously since Joshua, it's been a bit more shaky and it's kind of come down a bit. So your momentum is going this way. So and he's kind of coming down. So it's you get that European, you put yourself in a really good position.
I think so. I think so. And when we fought, I didn't have, but it's amateurs. You can't compare amateur
Yeah,
to
it's different,
pro.
isn't it? It is
It's
different.
whole different game. It's
Yeah,
another sport. But the start, but because I have spar with him times two after our fight in the Swedish Championship, the style he had didn't wasn't a trouble for me.
yeah.
And I remember even in the fight, I gave him three stand-up counts. So I didn't have problem with him. In the style didn't wasn't for me hard thing. But now it's professional. It's more rounds. It's more
Mhm.
tactical. It's so I can't say now. I don't know the guy. I don't know,
Yeah,
but I know him personally. He's a very good guy, and we have been camps together, sleep together, everything. So he's a good guy like that. I know, but for fighting now, I don't know nothing about him. And of course, if the fights happen, why will I not take the fight?
well, yeah,
It's
this is
one
it.
zero now. It's one. If we want to do 1-1, it's okay.
Uh,
This is it.
Otto had a tune-up fight after the Joshua fight over in America in the
When
beginning.
was that?
It was June, July time. He won on KO first round.
Okay, okay. I didn't know that.
And now he's looking for a top 10, top 15 opponent on a big card.
Well,
Okay.
the rumor is Fabio Wardley is one of the big rumors that Fabio Wardley could be up against Otto next, which would be a very interesting fight.
Yeah, it would be a very
Uh,
interesting fight.
yeah, Fabio is when he get touched and when he starts to get mad, that's when he becomes dangerous.
Yeah, yeah, as you saw
Uh,
at the weekend.
Yeah,
he's there. But every time somebody hits him hard or something, when he loses it a little bit, then he gets very dangerous because that guy
Yeah,
can hit hard.
yeah.
So and Otto, he don't. Otto is much his moves a lot and jab these things. So I don't know. It can be a tricky fight for Fabio too.
Yeah, no, definitely the experience of Otto. Do you know what I mean?
Because Otto don't, he don't, how you say, he don't put on more show what he can do. He don't go for
Yeah,
the knockout. He don't go. He just keeping his style all the time.
yeah, he sticks to his game plan, doesn't
He
he? He
stick to
doesn't.
his game plan all the time. He don't do more extra or or less. He just stick to his game plan. So can be a tricky fight.
Well, we honestly look forward to what's next for you. You know, forget Otto. It's all about Pezhman, and that's what we want to know what's happening next. And we look forward to hearing what's coming next for you. You know, there's big times ahead for you. I'm glad, and I know Håkan is as well. That you know, I
Yeah,
know
Yeah,
you've had your injuries, but I hope you know things are looking up now for you.
I hope so.
And
I hope so too.
you know, because that can be the ultimate plague to your career, can't it? To really stall your
Yeah,
career. But
it puts
we're
me.
glad
It puts
you.
me in a good place. It would good
Yeah,
put me in a good place, and hopefully we go for the regular title, and everything will be good.
yeah.
this is it.
This is
Well,
it.
it's been an absolute pleasure having you on.
Pleasure's mine. Thank you, guys.
And yeah,
Thank you,
thank you very
Casper,
much.
for
Thank you,
coming
Oka.
on.
Yeah. Is there what social media platforms are you on that people can give you a follow?
On Instagram,
Yeah.
Pesh, how you say, understreck, you say, man,
Underscore.
underscore,
Underscore.
lights out.
Well, I'm sure they'll
Lights
find you.
out.
I'm sure they'll find you. Yeah. But honestly, yeah, there's a lot of people in the chat wishing you all the best, Jam, and
Thank you.
lots of other people. So honestly, keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, hopefully we get to see more big fights in Sweden as well. More than anything,
Hope
that'd
so.
be really great to see. So honestly, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you,
And
guys. God bless.
yeah, and you.
Thank you.
Speak to you
Bye.
soon. Take
Bye.
care.